So you guys remember, I guess it was earlier last month, I put out a video about Remdesivir and the fact that it might possibly come out as a good, viable medication to help those that are the sickest with COVID-19. By no means a cure, by no means a perfect medication. It does have its own side effects, which we will get into in a minute. But I did also disclose to you guys that I am an investor in Gilead Sciences, which is the producer of Remdesivir. And by no means do I give financial advice, but I do like to look out for my friends, and you guys are my friends. And I said, it might be something that you guys might want to look into investing in. Did you guys invest? Did you? Did you pick up Gilead Sciences? I hope you did. FDA grants Remdesivir emergency use authorization for COVID-19. This is both huge, both financially if you did invest, but also on the good end, this is really good for people who have COVID-19. It has shown in some studies that it is really good. Now, it does have side effects like what I said we'll get into here in just a minute, but let's get into this story for now. The FDA has granted Remdesivir emergency use authorization for COVID-19, and that's going to be for both children and adults. They specifically said that it could be used for children and adults. And this is emergency use authorization. This isn't saying, hey, this drug is absolutely perfect and no side effects and you take it and you're cured. No, that is not what this is. This is the most effective Band-Aid that we've found so far. Given that there are no adequate, approved, or available alternative treatments, the known and potential benefits to treat this serious or life-threatening virus currently outweigh the known and potential risks of the drug's use, the FDA wrote in a press release. The benefits outweigh the risks. So Remdesivir, so obviously it's going to have some side effects. What are some of them? Well, respiratory failure is the most serious. And with all drugs have side effects. There is the possibility. It is a slim, low percentage possibility, but there is the possibility. Blood biomarkers of organ impairment, meaning they have given people these injections and they have had the biomarkers in their organs that indicate that there was impairment of those organs, including low albumin, low potassium, low count of red blood cells, low count of platelets, those are what help with your clotting, and yellow discoloration of the skin, a jaundice of sorts, because it does affect the liver. For many years, I took the PTSD cocktail, and one of them was 400 milligrams of Seroquel. Seroquel attacks the liver as well, and yes, you can turn yellowish jaundice. Other low-level side effects are infusion-related sites, irritation at the site that the injection was given, shivering, low blood pressure, nausea, vomiting, sweating, increase in levels of liver enzymes. See, this attacks liver a lot like Seroquel did. Seen in abnormal liver blood tests. Increases in levels of liver enzymes have been seen in people who have received Remdesivir, which may be a sign of inflammation or damage to cells in the liver. So, there are obviously side effects. Every solution has its own set of problems. The announcement came Friday during an Oval Office meeting between President Donald Trump, HHS Secretary Alex Azar, FDA Commissioner Dr. Stephen Hahn, as well as the CEO of Gilead Sciences, the company that developed Remdesivir. I don't believe personally, and I know I invest, but I don't believe that the CEO of Gilead Sciences should have been there. That kind of doesn't visually look well, but okay, he was giving the information. The FDA's decision expands doctors' ability to use Remdesivir on the most severe cases. Previously, physicians were limited to trying the drug on clinical trials or what's called compassionate use for patients who have no other treatment options. Individuals who were at the end of their rope, they didn't have any other choices, and they were offered the opportunity to take a drug that was, the drug itself isn't experimental, but the use for this drug, this application for this drug is experimental for COVID-19. It had really good results. If I remember, they took 100 and 20 of the most severe COVID-19 cases. My numbers are going to be a little bit off, but they're pretty close to the percentage. And it was something like only 2 of them died. All the others had made a recovery. And those were the most severe cases that they were testing this drug on. The FDA's emergency use authorization increases, and by the way, you can look up that video. I'll see if I can find it and put it in a link in the description below, just in case. That'll have the better numbers on the trial back when they were doing this. So I'll link that in the description, hopefully, if I can find it. YouTube kind of likes to hide my stuff. The FDA's emergency use authorization increases access by allowing any doctor to prescribe Remdesivir for their patients who are hospitalized with COVID-19. Dr. William Schaffner, an infectious disease expert at Vanderbilt University Medical Center, explained. And also, as a caveat, know now that it will be prescribed more, we will see more cases of symptoms with Remdesivir. So just be aware that as it gets used more, we're going to hear more of, hey, you know, this thing did that, this thing did that. But we got to look at all sides of it. Okay, how many people has it cured versus how many people has it had adverse side effects versus. You've got to take everything kind of into account. But I know how the news cycle today goes. If we start hearing about side effects and they're really bad side effects, and that's going to be all we hear, and you're going to think, oh, this is a horrible drug. But you got to look at the whole picture. So as this continues, I'll keep looking at the whole picture and bring you guys the news as unbiased as I can. Obviously, I'm a human being, but invest or not, if it affects adversely human beings, I'm definitely going to let people know. But however, that does not mean the drug should be used for all hospitalized patients. Ongoing clinical trials will define which patients will be best benefit from Remdesivir treatment, Schaffner wrote in an email. So, you know, I mean, they're going to experiment with it, and it is what it is. But you know what? It is better than nothing, and it is a start. Is it the miracle cure? No, of course not. There never will be a miracle cure, I don't think. But it's something that's a step in the right direction to help the worst of the worst. And hey, you know what? If I can make a few bucks off of it, why not? That's the attitude that got me off the streets. Why not make a few bucks while improving the world at the same time? The FDA wrote that possible side effects include increased levels of liver enzymes, which may be a sign of inflammation or damage to cells in the liver. Yes, we know that now. And infusion-related reactions, yes, which may include low blood pressure, nausea, vomiting, sweating, and shivering. Wow, we are all so well educated. We are well ahead of this article. You guys are brilliant. You guys are smart. I love bringing you guys the news and letting you make your own opinions. And if I can make little side notes like, hey, you know, I see this being a good money-making opportunity for you, I'm going to mention something. It's by no means, shape, or form financial advice at all. It's just me looking out for my friends saying, I see the writing on the wall. This thing could be picking up, and I'm jumping on this boat. And, you know, if you want to jump on this boat with me, you're more than welcome. We'll have some wine. We'll watch the sunsets together. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one, and you guys stay informed.